Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. It has now been 6 months since I built the two Everyone is Awesome sets that I have been using for my Lego test, in which I put one set in a window where the sun shines on it, and then I have one set in my Lego room where there is no sun. And I chose this set because it has a lot of colors and I thought it would make for a good test subject. This way I can compare it every now and again and see what is happening with the Lego. So I did a checkup after 1 month, and because I live quite far north and not so close to the equator, there isn't really much sun here in the winter time. So the first month in January I didn't get a lot of sun on it, but then from around March, April, May and June there's been quite a lot of sun. So now that it's been 6 months, I brought them out again and I put them both here, and right away I noticed that the orange is a big difference. I have on this side the one that has a black stud here. This is the one that is always in a room where there is no sun exposure, and this one here is the one that's in the window. So what I thought I'd do is take these top rows off and put them next to each other and compare them, and then also take the minifigures off and do a comparison of them, and then we'll see. I'm not sure how much the camera is able to pick up from the color variations, but definitely there's a big difference between the orange right now. On the other ones, not so much, maybe slight variations, but the orange really sticks out, that this one has really yellowed in the sun. So yeah, let's take some bricks off and start comparing them. Alright, so now I've taken the top rows off both of the sets, and I have the one that is in darkness on the left hand side, and on the right hand side these are the ones that are in the sun, just like I had with the sets, and that's how I'll have them for the rest of the video as well, so there is no confusion on which is the sun exposed one and which is the other one. So just to compare here, you can see that with the pink color there is not much variation at all. Same with the white. With the light blue there is definitely discoloration on the one that's been sun exposed. With the purple I don't see any change. Same for the blue. With the green there's a slight sun discoloration on the green one, but I don't know if the camera can pick it up. With the yellow it's pretty much the same, both of them. But for the orange one there's a huge difference between the sun exposed one and the other one. And for the red and the brown and the black, they look identical. I couldn't tell which one has been where, if they got mixed up, but definitely orange is a problem for sun exposure, definitely. Another thing that I found when I removed them from the sets and placed them here, which I find even more interesting than the sun damage on some of the bricks, is what happens to the ones that have been out in the sun compared to the ones that just been in a regular room, is the clutch power. Like, look at this. Here it's pretty much even, maybe a little less for this pink one here, These ones are pretty strong, both of them. These ones are also pretty good. Here is an issue. Like this one here, this purple one, if I put it here, it is not the same as a regular Lego brick. Something happens to it when it gets sun exposed. Same with this blue one. Not at all the same clutch power. Green is okay. The yellow one is not that great. Like, I'm pulling equal amount on both of them to the side, but the clutch powers on some of these, like the red one here, I pull on this as much as I can. Like this acts like a normal Lego brick would, or Lego bricks if you have several of them together. But this one, I push it down, and then so something happens here. I don't know what it is, I can't explain it, but I'm gonna continue observing this, because that happens to the ones that are even discolored, right? Like the orange one here, there's barely anything, but this is the one that's the most discolored of all of them. So I found that to be very, very interesting, that something happens to the clutch power, or to the grip of the Lego brick. Even though they look the same, nothing's happened there. There are no cracks on them or anything, but there's something about the clutch power that just makes them, doesn't feel like Lego. Some of these, it feels like an off-brand that's not engineered the same way as a Lego brick. But so that's an interesting discovery I made that I thought I wouldn't make when I was just doing a test to see the discoloration of the different bricks. So let's take a look at the minifigures next. Okay, so now I've placed the minifigures side by side to do a comparison, and I find it really interesting that it's the same here with the clutch power, not so much the discoloration, but how they stick to the base plate. This one has a little bit more discoloration than this one, but it's the same here. This one really sticks to the base plate, and this one comes right off. No clutch power at all. And that's something I did not think I would figure out or find out when I did this experiment. I thought it would be only sun exposure and how the different color bricks get affected by sun. But like this green one is barely standing up compared to this one, which is holding the whole base plate. There it lets go, right? But this one here, it's not connected at all. So it's going to be interesting to see after another 6 months now, when it's been a year, to see how it affects the different bricks. Like here you can see a big discoloration on this one, and even where it stands next to the other minifigure, on its right hand side you can see more orange, but here it's really discolored on this side. I don't know if it has to do with the heat from the sun, or the heat in the windowsill that creates this, but if I pick this one up, the one that's been in just a normal room, it's like, works just like a normal minifigure, but this one here barely sticks to the base plate at all. This really feels like some off-brand type deal that's trying to copying Lego, because yeah, I place a lot of minifigures and this feels like it. This doesn't feel like it at all. Then the brown, like, yeah, these colors are not a huge difference, but might be a slight, but I can't pick it up with my eyes, so I don't think the camera will pick it up either. Let's do another test here. Okay, so now I place the minifigures back in line, and I thought I'd just show you guys here. Look at this. You see when I shake the base plate, how they rattle? The ones that are closest to the camera, the ones that have been in the sun. Now I don't want to shake it too hard because I don't want the ones on the back row to fall and get them mixed, but you can definitely see, right, how loose these are compared to the other ones here. It's a big difference. So now I've placed the minifigures back onto the sets, and I will be placing them back in their environments, and then I'll check in on them again after 6 months, so a total of 1 year. I'm eager to see what happens with the sun exposure on the Lego bricks, the discoloration, and also the clutch power that's going on with this, because these are much more brittle than these ones. I am surprised because I thought I'd only see discoloration, not that it would affect the bricks in such a way that it does. But let me know in the comments why you think this happens to the Lego bricks. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.